One, who's better looking, Donald Trump or Zohran Mamdani? SNAP benefits set to decline, but is that a bad thing? Like so many subjects, we skim along the surface, ignoring the fact that 1 in 8 Americans, 12%, are on food welfare. Are 12% of Americans really starving? And 3-Eye Atlas picked up speed. Tail turned blue. All that and more in Quick Takes. 2. Co-founder of Black Rifle Coffee, Matt Best. 3. The big debate post-Halloween, the one that rocked the kitchen table. Good or bad? Swedish Fish. It is Will Cain Country, streaming live on this Monday at the Will Cain Country YouTube channel. Always here for you at Spotify or on Apple. Welcome to a new week. Cowboys, Monday Night Football. Longhorns win on Saturday. Georgia survives a controversial instant replay. Was it a catch? Yes, it was a catch against Florida. And the Los Angeles Dodgers, I think, now have a real claim, again, despite instant replay, to be and to claim a dynasty. But President Donald Trump appeared on 60 Minutes where he was asked about comparisons to New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani. Here's Donald Trump.
Zohran Mamdani, 34-year-old Democratic socialist. He's the front
communist, not socialist, communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
Some people have compared him to a left-wing version of you, charismatic, breaking the old rules. What do you think about that?
Well, I think I'm a much better looking person than him, right?
Much better looking person than Zohran Mamdani, says the near 80-year-old for the 34-year-old. Now, no matter your taste, no matter your subjectivity, whoever you think might be better looking, I just want to be 80 saying I'm better looking than a 34-year-old. Any 34-year-old, I just want to be saying I'm better than them at age 80, which provides a perfect launching point into Quick Take. Story number 1. Donald Trump was on 60 Minutes. He spoke to 52-year-old Norah O'Donnell of CBS. Not only did they talk about Zohran Mamdani's looks, they talked about ICE. And Donald Trump said something that I think many Americans actually feel. I would expect almost half the polling public of America. We're just getting started. So far, we haven't gone far enough. And everything is a half measure. Here's Donald Trump on ICE.
More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out. You know, you have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, criminals.
Never on defense, always on offense. Just when they think they have you cornered into something controversial, you come over the top with something more controversial. And it's right. We haven't gone far enough when it comes to ICE. Tinfoil Pat, Two-A-Days Dan, joining us now for this episode of Quick Takes. Half of America wants to see everyone in this country present illegally deported, regardless of their otherwise criminal activity. To see some people freaking out now about the deportations and the raids, I think, despite the hysteria and despite the visuals, still reveals this is a half measure for what is asked for by the American public. We all know the cost of illegal immigration. We all know what's happening. We know the cost of the job market. We know the cost of social services. We know the cost of welfare. We know the cost of culture. We all have friends who are in this country illegally, perhaps most of us, at least if you live in some place like Texas. But that interpersonal empathy does not extend and cannot extend into driving system-wide policy. You are either in this country legally or illegally. There is either the existence of American citizenship or we have open borders. And we have only just begun. And Tinfoil Pat, you and I were talking about this. There is a sense, not just when it comes to immigration, but to issues at large, that even though everything the administration is doing is painted as extremely controversial, for many out there, it still feels like a half measure. There's still so much further to go for Donald Trump.
I completely agree. I think that many on the right would think that, we need to double, triple, or quadruple the numbers of people getting out through ICE. So, we have had people leave on their own for volition, but I think those numbers are very, very low for what people actually want to see.
So far, through the first 10 months of the presidency of Donald Trump, almost 2 million people have self-deported, which is a number to remember because the goal is to remove illegal aliens, not remove them necessarily through the mechanism of ICE, but simply to remove illegal aliens. And if they're choosing to self-deport, that is a victory. That is right. And it still leaves us today, though, with there's so much further to go. And I think it's so interesting to posit that half measure against the absolute freakout from the left, taking me to the second story today in Quick Takes. SNAP benefits were scheduled to expire on November 1st. Both sides of the political aisle, Democrat and Republican, claiming the other is the one starving Americans. But I ask you quite simply, do you see many Americans starving? It's not to say it doesn't exist. That's to say people are suffering from malnutrition. Not to say there isn't poverty. But let's be honest for a moment. Do you see starvation or do you see obesity? Even when you look at the poorest among us, do you see starvation or do you see obesity? Do you see a reason to question or a reason to further support SNAP? 1 in 8 Americans, 1 in 8 are on EBT SNAP food welfare. 12% of Americans are receiving food welfare. Does that reflect the America that you believe exists out there? For anyone that wants to twist that and suggest I don't think there's poverty or I don't think there's malnutrition, that's not the question. That's not what I'm saying. It's whether or not it's 12%, whether or not it's 1 in 8. If 42 million Americans are on food welfare, do you think we should revisit that prospect? Out of something like 330 million Americans, 42 million of them should be receiving SNAP? How many of that 42 million are illegal immigrants? Well, Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins was on Fox and Friends this weekend saying they want to, in fact, take inventory. They want an accounting. And they've asked Republican states and Democrat states across the country to look into and bring information back on who's receiving SNAP. None of the Democrat states participated. The Republican states did participate in that accountability, that inventory. What do they come back with? A shocking number of illegal immigrants are receiving food welfare. And for those Americans that are on food welfare, is it serving the purpose? Or is it a disincentive? A disincentive to work, a disincentive to family creation, a disincentive to productive members of society. There's an interesting trend going on Instagram and TikTok of black men talking about that this is a blessing in disguise, the expiration of SNAP. Watch.
Bro, people who are receiving these SNAP benefits, you're about to see a blessing in disguise. If you're currently on the SNAP program and you lose your benefits, it's going to be the best thing that you could have ever saw. People have been taking advantage of this program for years. And people don't understand the value that they have because they are scared to step out and scared to lose their benefits. Like this program is keeping a lot of people unmarried, uneducated, don't want to, do anything that will hinder their opportunity, their chance to lose their benefits.
There are several of these videos, dozens of these videos going around of black men talking about the role that food welfare is playing in destroying productivity and family creation. And it's no surprise. What we see is the destruction of the black family, and we see the rise in poverty with the correlation launch of the war on poverty in the 1960s. Made it easier for people to rely on the government than to rely on each other. to rely on the government instead of relying on a husband, to rely on the government instead of relying on the family. This is not to deny the need for food welfare, but to really take a look at these three factors when put together. The disincentive that SNAP has played, most notably, but not exclusively, but most notably in Black America. The role of illegal immigration and how many illegal immigrants are receiving food welfare. And the quite obvious statistical and observational fact that most Americans, especially those who are poor, are fat, are obese. And you say to yourself, why are we spending $8 billion a month, $8 billion a month on SNAP? Republicans and Democrats are going to blame each other during this government shutdown. But maybe we should take the opportunity, as suggested by Agriculture Secretary Brooke Ross, to take another look at SNAP. Thirdly, Governor Gavin Newsom appeared this weekend on several places like Meet the Press, and he just revealed himself, he continues to reveal himself to be, quite honestly, the worst man in politics. Here's Gavin Newsom on Meet the Press.
He is not screwing around. He's changing the rules. He's rigging the game because he knows he'll lose if all things are equal. He did not expect California to fight fire with fire.
Donald Trump's rigging the election. This is California, by the way, looks to redistrict Republicans out of the state. This is what Gavin Newsom did, by the way. He would say something and within 2 minutes prove that he is the one. He is the one being spoken about by Gavin Newsom. Like, here he is. Like, the one thing Gavin Newsom hates is lying politicians. Take it, 2-a-days.
More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling.
Nothing I dislike more than the politician that sits there and lies to you. And we all just sit there rolling our eyes going, give me a break.
Did you legitimately believe that he was capable of serving as president until January of 2029?
Yeah, I think my focus was frankly situational. It was making sure Donald Trump didn't get back into office to experience everything that we're experiencing today. And there was no interaction I had that suggested otherwise.
He hates lying politicians.
Hates.
Joe Biden was fine. Nothing to suggest there's any problem with Joe Biden, 2-a-days.
It's fascinating.
This guy, Gavin Newsom, I just can't imagine there's somebody out there that's going, that's my guy. That's my guy.
I know
Love
them.
me some Newsom.
I
know
some
Newsom stands.
I do.
In the Brooklyn brunch crew, there are people ready for the Newsom shirt, the Newsom hat. Make America slimy again.
Not the brunch crew. He's a little. They can see through him in that regard, but it's more the people that just kind of, eat what they're fed, kind of thing, in their algorithmic world, and they think, he's great. Oh, he's so handsome. He's great. He speaks
When they go for
truth.
brunch at French Laundry.
Exactly, Patrick. And by the way, that didn't escape our attention over the weekend as well. Gavin Newsom posted on X a party. It looks like a Halloween party from the Trump administration where it looks like the theme was 20s flappers, 20s and 30s garb. And he says Donald Trump hosted a Great Gatsby party while SNAP benefits were about to disappear for 42 million Americans. He does not give a damn about you. Of course, this is the same Gavin Newsom, of course, who shut everything down during COVID and went to the French Laundry, as you point out, tinfoil Pat.
No mess.
Everybody else stay home. Everybody else stay home. He goes to the French Laundry. This guy is something absolutely special. He's the worst, but he's also the best. He's my favorite, and I absolutely hate Gavin Newsom. By the way, speaking of holiday weekend, did you guys see J.D. Vance's costume?
Mm-hmm. Pretty great.
Tell me J.D. Vance's costume doesn't make you love J.D. Vance. The vice president for Halloween dressed up as the meme of J.D. Vance that goes around. Everybody, are you familiar with the J.D. Vance meme? The J.D. Vance meme is a fattened, bearded,
Brilliant.
Jerry curled version of J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
What is
Almost a
that
perm.
haircut?
It's a perm.
It got more and more outrageous
It's like a
as
perm.
it progressed. Yeah.
Yeah. That's an obese, wild-eyed, 1977 white boy Jerry curl version of J.D. Vance. And so what did he do for Halloween? Well, he dressed up as that version
Brilliant.
of J.D. Vance.
Good for him.
Which, come on. Come on, Two-A-Days. Doesn't that make him likable?
Honestly,
Come on.
yes. I texted you guys that this weekend when I saw it. I was like, man, he is surely likable. But you don't check my text, so it's fine.
Not on the weekends.
Not over the weekend. Not over the weekend. I tune out over the weekend. One thing, though, I did not tune out for is our final entry into Quick Takes today, as many people came up to me and said, I can't believe you did this. I'm so happy that you did this story. It seems like it's being ignored by mainstream media, and there's honestly nothing bigger. And that is the story of 3I Atlas. 3I Atlas is the interstellar comet, the deep space comet that has entered our solar system. It's only happened 3 times. 3, that's the 3 in I, 3 interstellar. Atlas is the telescope or the observational mechanism used to identify, to see this comet. Now, okay, it's a comet headed for our solar system. It does not look like it's on any collision course for Earth, so why is it a story? Because a Harvard professor, a theorist, an astrophysicist and theorist, has given credence to this as he puts the probability somewhere around 40% that 3I Atlas is not natural. It is driven by technology, artificiality, manufactured technology. He points to several different reasons that 3I Atlas, several different pieces of evidence as to why 3I Atlas might be man-made, or rather, intelligent design. Right now, as of October 27, 3I Atlas disappeared behind the sun. It emerges sometime in early December. But scientists are watching the way it emerges on the other side of the sun. Why? Because if it changes course, if it changes speed, then that will indicate it's not a comet. It doesn't mean it's going to turn and head toward Earth, but that it could be driven by something alien. Here's the headline as of today. Manhattan-size interstellar object, 3I Atlas, accelerates and turns bluer. Possible signs of alien engine, says Harvard scientist. So its tail, which had already been behaving in suspicious manner, has now turned blue. They're saying if it was burning up on the other side of the sun, that's not the color they would have expected the tail to turn. There are others that say you don't know what the gases as they change in the atmosphere around the sun might do. But the fact that it accelerates, I think, is even more concerning. Now, I don't know what's supposed to happen. I don't know what the gravitational forces are. I don't know what the sun does to something's trajectory. But I do know that they said if it changes speed, changes course, or such, we're going to put our antennas up that it's not just a comet, that it might be alien. And it sounds like that we could know as early as December. And if it is alien, what do we care about a government shutdown? What matters after that? What other story matters? Like,
Yeah.
what are the chances? Do you guys think 3I Atlas, come December 10th, is a gigantic nothing burger or something? I'm not saying it's the aliens are here. I'm not saying 100% certainty we know an alien spacecraft just navigated through our solar system, but something versus a gigantic nothing burger.
Oof, that's tough. I want it to be something. I think it could be something that we've never seen in terms of a comet, maybe. I honestly think you're going to have a hard time, if it is an alien spaceship, convincing people that it is one. I think people won't believe it. You could look at it in the sky, and people won't believe that's what it is.
I think that we could confirm high probability that it is alien spacecraft, and it would make the front page for one day.
Yes.
And probably be out of the news the next.
Yep.
I don't think people will care enough nor will it command enough attention until it hovers over Manhattan. I think once it hovers over Manhattan, like in the Avengers, people will start to go, you know what? I don't care what I saw on TikTok. Like, until that moment, it's competing against the latest thing somebody saw on TikTok, the latest reel they shared with their family member.
It's like the movie Don't Look Up.
I think our attention spans are burned.
Yeah.
I think our attention spans are toast.
I think Trump saying
And
something
it'd be a
outrageous.
big deal for a little bit.
I think Trump saying something outrageous would outweigh an alien spaceship in the news cycle.
I don't care if it's over Manhattan. I'm still not buying it.
Yeah, it's a distraction. It's a distraction to Patrick.
Yeah, we have all these
So an
holographic
alien
things.
spacecraft,
They've been
an
setting this
alien
stuff up for
spacecraft
years.
hovering over Manhattan, you think that's going to be a deep state thing designed to distract us from what, Patrick?
I don't know. I'm not sure what exactly. I'd have to keep my eyes out. That's when you start looking.
That's the trick. You don't know.
Probably the
right? You don't
rigged
know. That's the
NFL
trick.
stuff. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's going to be the
It's to
deep
cover the-
state in combination, with the ghost of Paul Tagliabue, who's working the refs in every Chiefs game, and everybody's starting to get wise to it. They're getting a little hip.
Can I?
So deploy the alien spacecraft over Manhattan.
You know what's hilarious? I would love to be in on those secret meetings that they're like, we're going to come up with an alien spaceship to cover up these stories that we don't want out there. All right, guys, let's discuss. What are we going to do here? Like, it'd be fascinating to hear.
All right, that's going to do it for us today on Quick Takes. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we do address the biggest debate post-Halloween, and that is whether or not they're good or bad. Swedish fish. Plus, now Auburn joins the firing line. Now Auburn has an opening in college football, but one of the biggest names is now another biggest name. The top three biggest names outside of Lane Kiffin have taken themselves out of the running. So who's going to get all these jobs? Coming up on Will Cain Country. It is Will Cain Country, streaming live at the Will Cain Country YouTube channel, the Fox News Facebook page, and always available at Spotify and Apple. Coming up a little bit later in the show, the co-founder of Black Rifle Coffee, Matt Best, will be joining us. But first, fellas, I was digging through last night. I was at the family dinner. We do a family dinner, like, extended family, once a month or so.
That's nice.
And the Halloween candy was out, right? It was all big basket of Halloween candy, and I had my eyes on a few things that looked better than the dessert that was provided. And, every once in a while, doesn't like a candy bar sound better than cake? Everybody else is having cake, and you look over there and you're like, man, I haven't had a Kit Kat in a while. And you'd rather have the Kit Kat than the cake?
Yeah.
Do we all agree?
Yeah.
Every once in a while?
Very much so.
I don't know. It depends on the baked goods.
And
How long has it been sitting out? Is it
Yeah,
like
I mean-
fresh?
it does. It was a cookie cake from Walmart, so that's why I went for the candy.
Cookie
Yeah,
cake.
okay.
I can skip the cookie cake from Walmart.
What's a cookie cake?
All right, so Dan, sometimes I feel like you were born yesterday. What is happening in Connecticut? What is
Is
happening?
he? I don't know if he's
Last
joking.
week it
I
was
don't- I
chicken
think
fried
he's-
steak.
There's something else this morning.
I don't think I've ever seen
What
a
was it
cookie
this morning?
cake.
What was it this morning, Patrick? Last week it was chicken
No,
fried
we're
steak.
not doing it. Nope.
Oh, it was
Nope. Because our guests.
Yeah, we are doing it. You didn't know what Black Rifle Coffee
Ah.
was. That's what it was. I remember now.
I do now.
Yeah.
Love Black Rifle
He
Coffee.
doesn't
You should
wanna
go
admit
get
it
some
'cause
yourself.
Matt Best is about to join us.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is Black Rifle Coffee?
Shh.
Dude,
Do not tell him that.
I think you're in a Brooklyn bubble. I think you're in a Brooklyn bubble, dude, where everything is like, Magnolia cupcakes and whatever the newest thing is, right? Cronuts. And you're missing out like on Americana. And I'll grant you, a
That's
lot
true.
of Americana has become mass produced and sold at volume at Costco. But you still should be aware of how the world is living. And the funny thing is, Dan, you're the ones that are all worried about SNAP benefits. You're not at Walmart watching people on EBT buy cookie cakes, but I am. I see it,
We have Trader
cookie
Joe's and
cake
Whole Foods.
is. Yeah, I know you do. That's the point. You need to get to a Walmart, dude. You need to get to a Walmart.
I want to see how the people live.
Yeah, even a gas station. Totally. Like a convenience store at a gas station.
We have some of those.
Where Ed said they have the Snickers that say "Snap approved" on the wrapper or on the rack.
Yeah, until you,
When's
start
the
eating
last
sandwiches,
time you bought some Hostess powdered donuts
Oof, maybe when I was like 11, we
and
got
just
them.
mowed through them? Or an apple pie? Not an apple pie. You know what I'm talking about.
no.
The Mrs. Baird's.
Oh, we do real apple pie. I was gonna
The ones that
say,
come in a wrapper.
like that's New England at its
No,
best.
dude.
have you ever microwaved a sandwich in a gas
The ones that
station
come in a
before?
wrapper.
No,
No.
microwaved a sandwich. I've never bought
you
a
get
sandwich from a gas station in my life.
When I was working as
Have you got a burrito? Have you got a burrito from a gas
Yeah.
station?
No, I got a burrito from
Under the
somewhere
heat
that sell
lamp?
burritos.
I did that for 9 months in a row, just every day. Gas station sandwiches and burritos,
I
just
can't believe it.
nuke that thing.
We hunt our own
Dude, you
food
get
here.
a gas station burrito and you'll wear that thing all day. Your underwear will smell like gas station burrito. Every piece of clothing you're wearing, you're like, gas station burrito.
Yeah. Go home at night. Wife's like,
you,
gas station burrito.
A cookie cake. It's like,
Is that frosting?
Yeah, it has frosting. Yeah, you get it's a little fluffier than a cookie, but it's basically the same as a chocolate chip cookie,
Okay.
Thin, large, wide,
Wait, how large, wide are we talking? 'Cause this would
and
be
you-
insane.
We're talking about 14 inches, 16
as big
inches.
as you want it.
Get out. A cookie that big? I've never seen a cookie that big.
You're literally just shoving a bunch of cookie dough together in a giant, pizza dish.
That sounds
it.
insane.
Yeah, just a giant cookie.
Have you ever had it at like Chili's or that? Yeah, have you ever had in the iron skillet the cookie thing at the end at TGI Fridays or Chili's?
No. What?
I don't even think he's American. He might not be American. Like you might be from Europe.
I grew up on the water in Connecticut. We eat clams and things from the
Lobster
ocean.
cakes.
Yeah, lobster cakes. We do.
They just
All
cram
right,
a
so
bunch
you
of
may not be
lobster in a
qualified to have this
skillet.
debate. So last night I started digging in and I pull out Swedish fish. And I was like, ooh, Swedish fish. And my sister-in-law said, those are awful. They're the worst. Swedish fish are the worst. I was like, you're insane. It's a top fiver. It's a top 5 candy. I love Swedish fish. Love them. And I quickly found out it's incredibly divisive. And so I posted this on to Instagram last night, a quick ranking of everything we had available last night. And I put Swedish fish 4th, which I should have just posted Swedish fish alone, good or bad.
Oh, you made
But my
this
top
one?
5 ranking on the Halloween candy. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? I found it somewhere?
Yeah, I thought it was like a viral
Yeah, I made
thing. Nice.
No, there's
You got to keep up with the Will Candy
Right.
counts, man.
Yeah. Number 1, Kit Kat. Number 2, Sour Patch Kids. Number 3, Twix. Number 4, Swedish Fish. And number 5, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Now, I went on from there, and I gave you some Starburst and Snickers that followed. And a highly underrated piece of candy, the Hershey's Milk Chocolate Bar. Everybody likes to overlook the Hershey's Milk Chocolate Bar because you think it's so plain and our taste buds are so blown out in 2025 that you think you got to have some nougat and caramel and some something crunchy in there. But I just challenge you. Like, let's call it November 10th, 2 or 3 weeks after Halloween. And you know what you're doing. You go into the closet and you know what the kids have left over and you hid from the kids because you're like, we're not eating candy every night and now it's yours. Just enjoy a Hershey chocolate bar and tell me it is not incredibly satisfying. Thank you. It's Snickers that always satisfies, but it's really not. I'll give you, it's a little chalky, but it's pretty good.
I need a filling.
Okay, so let's take on those two debates. Do you like a plain old Hershey's chocolate bar?
I do. Not top 5 though, at all.
Easily top 5.
It didn't make my top 5.
No. Top
It
10.
is your top 5 tinfoil?
It's for chocolate, I'd say it's like probably 5.
And I'll tell you another one that I was out on for a long time, but I'm back around on is Snickers. Snickers is a classic, and it's good. And then for a while, I was like, I don't need all that, but it's really good. But now, for the debate at hand, and I want everybody on, just real simple. Swedish Fish, good or bad? Tinfoil Pat. Thumbs up, thumbs down on Swedish Fish.
You know, I don't think I've actually had one, which is surprising to me because I've
Really?
eaten a lot of different candy. I don't think I've had a Swedish Fish. Is it like Sour Patch Kid, but not sour?
It's because it doesn't sound American enough for him.
Yeah, it's too foreign.
Yeah,
Too
it's like
foreign.
a Sour Patch Kid. It's like the red Sour Patch Kid. They're all that flavor.
Yeah.
Which is the best one, right? The cherry one. They're all that flavor. It's just not covered in the sour and sugar, whatever that powder is on the Sour Patch Kid.
And I'd be all in on it. I really like artificial fruit flavors. So, you know, like Airheads and Sour Patch Kids. So I definitely would probably have it in the top 5. Yeah.
I think you'd like it. Dan, thumbs up or thumbs down, Swedish Fish?
Top 5.
Oh, love it. Yeah, Ed just looked up. He was all looking down. He looked up with that mouth agape face because he's thumbs down. Ed's thumbs down on the Swedish Fish.
Boo.
Do you like gummy bears? Yeah. It's the red gummy bear. I think it has more flavor than the red gummy bear. It's excellent.
It's a great movie theater candy.
Drop into the comments. Hey, would you put a poll up, Dan? I want to know where the people are on Swedish Fish.
Okay.
Would you put that poll up for me?
I'll do it right now.
Oh, no, there's confusion.
All right, let's do this really quickly. Go ahead, Tinfoil.
There's confusion among the militia for Swedish Fish. What is a Swedish Fish? But we just explained it, John. So, yeah.
People don't know what it is? It's there's a single right there. Coming in at number 4 on my picture. Because it's been wrapped. Yeah, it's hard to see. Go get you some Swedish Fish. Is it American candy or does it come from Europe? No, that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. It's called Swedish Fish. Doesn't mean anything.
Originated in Sweden in the 1950s by a Swedish company called Malaco.
Oh, now Patrick's out. He's already see that nasty face he made and he's shaking his head.
But they were specifically created for the U.S. and Canadian markets.
Well, there we go. We're back. All right.
We're back. And we're back. All right. Auburn, not back. Auburn fired Hugh Freeze over the weekend, making it, I think, the 12th job opening in college football. It's the 4th job opening in the SEC. LSU, Florida, Arkansas, Auburn, all open. Last week we told you not only had Indiana's coach Curt Cignetti, Indiana, by the way, number 2 in the nation, Indiana, re-signed to stay at Indiana, but Matt Rule, Nebraska's head coach, that has them, I believe, now at 6-3, just lost this weekend, though. He's re-upped to stay at Nebraska. Now, reports are SMU's Rhett Lashley is in the midst of contract negotiations to extend his contract at SMU after they take down Miami this weekend. And here's the question. Who's going to get all these jobs? These are some big jobs. And the best coaching candidates out there, except for Lane Kiffin right now, have taken themselves out of the running. And I wouldn't be surprised if Lane Kiffin takes himself out of the running sometime soon. So you're looking at James Franklin. You're looking at Tulane's head coach, John Sumrall, who just lost this weekend as well. Your group of 5 representative in the playoffs is going to be ugly. Is it going to be North Texas? I think it might be University of North Texas right now. Navy lost. Tulane lost. San Diego State's in the running. It's going to be ugly in the first round of those playoffs. If it's North Texas or San Diego State, it's going to be ugly. But there's nobody to coach all these teams. Nobody. And at this point, say you're Baylor. Reports are Baylor may fire Dave Aranda. Dude, do you really want to jump into the coaching hiring right now? The job demand is greater than the coaching supply. Oklahoma State, Virginia Tech, all these programs need head coaches. So where are you going to land, Auburn? Who are you going to get? Now, maybe they get somebody that we've never heard of, and that's the way to do it from now on. Not just get the most expensive guy out there. But it's getting it's getting wild out there in college football. Go ahead, Tim.
I wonder if we don't see some movement, like with Brian Kelly or the guy who left Oklahoma for USC. I can't remember his name right now. But,
Mike Gundy.
Yeah, Mike Gundy's still out there.
Lincoln
right?
Riley.
Lincoln Riley. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Not necessarily those guys, but maybe teams going and poaching guys from other schools. Just Dabo's not. He's in a little bit of a rough spot. Maybe there's some change of scenery that needs to happen, and maybe we see things shaken up even more.
With all that money, do you think NFL coaches would consider assistant?
No. Ed asks, do you think NFL coaches could come over or assistants
That's not
because of all the money in college football? I think it goes the other way now. Not because it's an upgrade, but because the NFL life is so much better than the college football life. It's a terrible, terrible life. Let's do this really quickly. Did y'all see Jaden Daniels' injury last night? God, that was awful.
Yeah, brutal. Coming in
Did y'all
already
see it?
hurt. Yeah, coming in already hurt.
Dude. His arm bent in. You're used to seeing legs at this point. I'm not used to seeing arms do that. That was his left arm though, right? So it's not his throwing arm? Or was that his throwing arm? Patrick, do you
Put it in
remember?
a sling. I don't remember, but you just put it in a sling. He'll be fine, right? Good to go next week.
It's his left arm, yeah.
Yeah.
It was his left arm at least. Man, those Washington quarterbacks, they get for one good. This is RG3 all over again. Now it's his left arm, so he can come back from it.
It's dislocated.
But it's dislocated. Is that what they said?
Yeah. Which could be not horrible, but if he, tears any tendons, then yeah.
No, but didn't Alex Smith jack his leg
looking.
up with the Redskins?
Yeah.
He was a Redskin then.
Yeah.
And then Theismann. I mean, it's a history of gruesome injuries.
Yeah, we might need to start talking about that Washington Redskins Commanders quarterback curse. Meanwhile, on the other side, I am all in on my quarterback theory. You need to buy quarterbacks off the junk heap. That's what you need to do. First-round quarterbacks given up on. Sam Darnold is absolutely the best value buy for a second franchise in a row. Vikings and now the Seahawks. He lit it up last night.
Joe Flacco.
4 touchdowns. Absolute stud. What about Joe Flacco?
He threw for like 400 yards yesterday for the Bengals.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And they lost.
But
Mac Jones, Sam Darnold, I'm going to count Bryce Young because basically people had already gotten rid of Bryce Young. I mean, he's still with the same franchise, but they'd written off Bryce Young, and here he comes. So if you're buying him off the junk heap, I mean, I don't know who that is next year. Oh, obviously Baker Mayfield. If that's Tua, Daniel Jones, that's another one.
you think people wrote off Matt Stafford? Because he's back with a vengeance.
He never got. No, he never got written off.
I wrote him off.
See, there you go.
I want the guys everybody gives up on. That's who I'm in on. From every year, as much as the draft, I'm going to start looking for the guys who 3 years ago were the most exciting quarterbacks.
What about a guy who's led the NFL in passing yards before?
Well, Sam Darnold was given up on quite a few times. So I don't know if there's a ceiling on this, but Jameis is certainly bumping on the ceiling. Jameis has been given multiple reclamation project opportunities.
Russ Wilson?
They buried him, man. He should have had a shot. He outperformed him in camp.
All right, finally, the Dodgers a dynasty. Now it's 2. Back to back. If you count, so we count 20. That's 3. Dodgers a dynasty. Did you guys stay up on Saturday night and watch?
Oh yeah, every second of it. They shouldn't have won that series. The Blue Jays should be champions right now. So many things.
Why?
So many things. They had so many opportunities. I don't think the Dodgers played as.
Did you think Will Smith got his foot back down to tag out the
of
Blue
course.
Jays runner to home?
But IKF's lead was nothing off of third base. What are you doing, man? Dive head first. Why aren't you sliding head first? Run through the ball.
They told him to hug. They told him to hold it tight. So
then that's their fault.
I heard that this morning.
It's horrible. Like that would have ended the game. I thought the game was going to end on that, the outfield, them running into each other. If they didn't win by the 9th, they were done. But yeah.
But there were
By the
quite
way,
a few
on that
really
note,
close
Florida
plays.
got robbed. Florida, that was a catch on the instant replay thing. Florida had a catch against Georgia.
It hit the ground.
That made me so mad. It did not hit the ground, Patrick.
Hit the
And here's
ground.
the thing.
Some
I listened to
grass
the
coming
announcers,
up.
and they were saying the same thing as you. I'm like, how do we live in the same world with the same eyes, and we see the same thing going on? That ball did not hit the ground. How do you you never saw it hit the ground.
I saw it hit the ground.
It hit his
Mostly
forearms and
because
bounced up.
I don't know. I saw grass coming up.
It's because you
It
hate
also hit
Florida. That's
Yeah, you're
all
right.
that is.
That's exactly what it is. I'm completely subjective on this.
I want instant replay to reveal that we all live in an objective world and we can see the same things. And then I heard the announcers and I hear you today. And that was a catch. Sorry, Florida. You should have beat
I'm watching
Georgia.
it right now.
But you didn't. And
Wait,
instant
hold on.
replay
What
saved
do
the
you think,
Dodgers
Dan?
but didn't save.
I missed
Gators.
it, but I'm watching it now.
What is Dan looking at it right now?
Yep, hold on.
See, he has no dog in this fight. Let's see. What does he think?
Give us your judgment when we come back, Dan. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got the co-founder of Black Rifle Coffee. Dan, figure that out, what that out is too, during the commercial break. Google Black Rifle
Shut it.
Coffee while you're looking at that
Shut
catch.
it.
And chicken fried steak. When we come back on Will Cain Country. Welcome back to Will Cain Country. Veterans Inc. is up on Fox Nation. You can get that by subscribing to Fox Nation. We hope you also subscribe to the Will Cain Country Show at Spotify and on Apple. It's hosted by Joey Jones, and he talks to a bunch of vets who have started successful careers post-service. Here's a little bit of Joey's conversation with the co-founder of Black Rifle Coffee, Matt Best.
My name is Matt Best. I am a former Army Ranger and the co-founder of Black Rifle Coffee. I was an assault team leader with 2nd Ranger Battalion. I served in Afghanistan and Iraq with a total of 5 tours, and it was some of the greatest times of my entire life to be able to serve of that quality of man.
There we go. All right, give it a try.
Okay. Tremendous. It's actually really good.
Would you hire me?
100%. We're just gonna do a training course for about 5 weeks, and then we'll get there. I might need to train up on the new machine too. Do you mind making me a better one of these that Joey didn't? Okay, thank you. So.
Wow. Wow.
That is Matt Best, the co-founder of Black Rifle Coffee on Veterans Inc., and he joins us now here on Will Cain Country. What's up, Matt?
Thanks for having me on. This is great.
Glad to have you. I feel like we've bumped into each other, at least through mutual friends, numerous times, but not met in person.
Yeah, throughout the years, and thanks to Joey. Joey's a great guy, and always a pleasure to spend some time with him.
Okay, so you talked a little bit about your service right there in that clip, but Army Ranger, joined right out of high school.
Yep.
How long did you serve?
4 years active, so I did 5 deployments, Ranger Battalion. Got out, realized that going to college in Los Angeles wasn't culturally fit for me. So I decided to, I was actually rejoining the National Guard, but got an opportunity to go work for a 3-letter agency. So I did that for about a little over 5 years.
Why does everybody say 3-letter agency like we don't know what you're talking about?
I mean, there's multiple ones, you know. I don't know. I don't want to come off as a cool guy at all, but it was a fun career for that stint. So
Yeah. And let's talk about how this Black Rifle Coffee thing started for you, because you were doing other stuff first. You were on, and you still are, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But how did this whole entrepreneurial venture start?
To be honest with you, I just started making entertaining videos, what I thought just for my small friend group. It was how do I make my 5 Facebook friends laugh? And that kind of materialized into being a voice for the veteran community. And to be honest, a lot of my jokes came from sitting around the fire pit with all the other operator guys and just talking crap. Like, does your wife ever yell at you when you swerve in the road because you think the trash is an IED? They're like, yeah, all the time. And so I just kind of put that in a satirical video, and that kind of got a lot of traction. So I never set out to do any of that, but then I actually found out that I could be more impactful in the community with a pen rather than a rifle. And so that's kind of where my career's gone. And, to this day with Black Rifle and a lot of the other endeavors we do, it's kind of my life goal is to participate and hopefully build a path forward for veterans that have served.
And one of your co-founders, Evan Hafer, right?
Yeah,
Did he start Black Rifle when did you come in? I started in 14.
So yeah, I'm day one.
You're day one. Yeah.
Evan gets the founder title because I was doing a different business, and he had called me and my business partner Jared and said, "Hey, I got this idea called Black Rifle Coffee," because he was sitting there training all these guys, going through a selection process with coffee and a gun on the back of a truck. And he's like, "Man, those are the two favorite things that I use every single day." So he called us and asked us to be a part of it, and I absolutely, coffee's awesome. It brings people together. It's a community, but all the coffee questions should go to Evan. By the way, I'm like the brand guy,
Well, but I love going back to that moment. One would say, okay, we want to do something entrepreneurial. Coffee, you loved it. All of you guys loved it. But, if you sat down and you go, well, let's write a business plan. One of the first things you're going to have to address is that is a very, very competitive market. Like
incredibly
with one huge behemoth, obviously in Starbucks.
Right.
But, Seattle's Best, and I can't even remember all of them that have brick and mortar on every corner selling coffee.
Yeah, I don't think we set out to be as large as a company as we are. I mean, I know we didn't, but also I think the reason that Black Rifle was a success was because, let's be honest, it is hyper leftist culture in the coffee industry. You look at the way that they run their organizations, and we're just a bunch of guys that served America, love the people that veterans, the first responders. And so I think it's such an authentic soul of our business because it's still a founder-led business. Of course, we have a board of directors and a CEO, but really the soul of the company is still through the three founders. And I think you see that, and I think that's why our customers still really support us to this day.
It started out and still primarily as subscription-based coffee.
Yeah, we were like a direct consumer subscription-based company. We really gone into like FDM, Food Drug Mass. So, Walmart's a great retailer for us. We love them. We're in Bass Pro Shop, Kroger. So we're pretty much anywhere coffee's found is
now.
Now.
But originally direct to consumer, right?
Yeah, direct consumer subscription. That's what we do.
Right. And you found a market, it seems like, pretty quickly. And I would imagine a lot of the coffee's great, but that brand differentiation, as you just pointed out, all of those brands have a certain ethos to them, and you're radically different.
Yeah, I think so many, they all get convoluted. Our mission statement is super simple. It's great coffee, great mission, no compromise. So we want the customer to be able to purchase coffee, shows up on time, on target. They love it. It tastes to the quality that they want. And then also they know they're supporting a great mission. Our philanthropic side of our business is incredible. The folks over there that lead it are all former special operation guys. And so they're really integrated into the mission and actual direct impact to individuals. Because I think it's easy to write the checks and go, well, look at us, we helped. And that's great. I'm not taking anything away from that. But it's also, I think that the most tangible difference you can make is directly to an individual. How you just change someone's life so you can set them up for success, especially folks that have been through hell and back.
And what is it now? 40% of the company is vets?
Thereabout, yeah.
Yeah.
If not more, actually.
And from a distance, Matt, you look at it, and it looks like a continuous arc up. Now, maybe it was, but I don't think many entrepreneurial stories are like that. I don't know. What has been the biggest stress point through the birth of Black Rifle Coffee?
I think any entrepreneur knows it's just like there's so many highs, there's so many lows, and every day is a different day. I wake up like, whew, what a good day, and then holy crap, worst day ever. And the business structure has obviously massively changed. We were a subscription-based model, especially going into COVID, so we were optimized, right? We had all this infrastructure built around direct-to-consumer business, and then that changes overnight where customer behavior goes. We're going back to grocery stores, and so luckily we pivoted enough to be able to reach our customer. But again, to me, it's just giving the customer a great quality product and a mission that they believe in. And there's a lot of people that don't support our mission. We got guns in our hats, and we're veteran founded, and we believe in America and the Constitution. Some people don't like that. Well, they're not our customer, but there's a large portion of America that is, and we hope to be their coffee company.
Well, that was one of the big differentiating messages. We talked about the ethos difference, right? Was it Starbucks and all these other companies? We're going to hire 10,000, was it refugees?
Refugees, yeah.
And you guys countered that with we're going to hire
10,000 veterans. And that's still on our to-do list. We're growing every single day. But yeah, absolutely.
And I know I've seen one in Lubbock, I believe, brick and mortar.
Yep.
And now you've got how many different stores out there?
We're a little over 30 brick and mortar stores, yeah. Which is pretty cool because I think it's one thing to see, the feedback on the internet, but when you walk into a store and you see or one in Utah, every single morning shift change from the local law enforcement would come in there and get their morning coffee. And like, what a sight to see. You got like 12 LEO guys sitting there and gals sharing their morning coffee, doing their reports together. Like that's freaking kick-ass to me.
Yeah.
It really is.
You're the brand guy. Merchandising has to be a big part of the company. I mean, I see Black Rifle Coffee stuff everywhere, and I'm not talking about the coffee.
We have a kick-ass creative department, I'm telling you. And like, I want to do this thing we're called no machines, right? Because AI, in the era of AI, everyone's using that for illustrations and stuff. We have in-house veterans that like are just, they crush our artwork. And, you know, I get to like hopefully lead those teams and take a lot of the credit, but really all the credit goes to them on their design work. The bags, you know, the t-shirts, like our new energy drink line, their illustrations on the cans. It's so in-depth. So we have a lot of fun with it.
So I was talking with one of my sons this weekend. I have a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old.
Okay.
I was talking to the 14-year-old. He's an athlete, and we were talking about, okay, let's start thinking about what you want to do, where this can take you, right? Because he said, well, my older brother's got a more normal path. He's going to go to college and probably be in a fraternity and do the whole thing, right? Yeah. I said, yeah, but that's not the only path. And this sport, which is soccer, by the way, could take you to places, maybe to an academy and service. And he's like, well, I want to be big time in business. And I'm like, well, the military creates leaders. It creates men who are ready to do that. And he's like, oh, and you're only like 26 when you're, if you want, you're 26 years old when you're done. Talk to me about the men that you work with, the men that you are, and like how being in the military informed who you are as a businessman.
Absolutely. I used to talk about that a lot, especially when post-GWAT, there's a lot of companies that would be so risk adverse that they didn't want to hire veterans because they'd be like, oh, like there's problems with veterans. And our company is the complete opposite. I mean, for instance, is one of our new lead marketing operational folks is a retired sergeant major out of special operations. He comes with like zero marketing experience, zero. But what he does come with was leading like a battalion or a company of troops into combat with the most complex logistics. You got aerial assets, you got ground like logistics, you got troops, like you got people in contact. There's so many like dynamics associated that if you just copy that and then paste that into a business model, it's the same thing, and luckily you're not getting shot at. So I think the leadership components of serving in the military are directly attributable to the business world, because all it is like critical problem solving under high stress environments, and then realizing like mission first, what is the mission, clearly defining that, whether that's revenue goals, EBITDA goals, whatever, however your business is sorted. That's how you get there. And I think a lot of colleges today are more like indoctrination. They're not actually educating folks on the real world experiences. I mean, I'm sure some are, but for my opinion, I would rather pull someone out with senior leadership in the military, teach them the actual skill sets of that job, because they come with this plethora of knowledge, operational knowledge, logistical knowledge.
Well, and there was a time in America when that was obvious. I mean, if
Right.
you look at post-World War II, the hiring economy, almost every big corporate leader, political leader, had military service in their background. But now there's a bit like, well, if you want to go in business, then you better go to a business school.
I mean, I'm not here to cast shade, but I've seen some people walk out of Harvard that have come into our organization where I am perplexed at how they have a degree from that place. I'm not saying everyone, because there's far people smarter than me, but I think real world experience is proven to be superseding to an educational degree almost every single time.
And it's interesting because I think there's a mindset as well, while I'm putting my career on hold. If I'm not a career military guy, I'm taking, how many years was it for you? 4?
4 active, yeah.
4 active. I'm taking 4 years. Which were the collegiate years for you? That would have
yeah, that was like
17.
my college. Yeah, it was super transformative. It was just me learning life. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about young people. The hurdle on getting them to see that it is sacrifice, it is service, but it is also value added to you. Is I don't get started on my career till I'm 26, and I think that's part of what has to be sold to young people. It's not putting your career on hold till you're 26. It's advancing it.
I truly believe the person I am today, the work ethic that I have, all came from the discipline that I learned in 2nd Ranger Battalion. I truly, truly believe it to this day. I mean, because you're so malleable at that young age that your experiences will truly mold who you're going to be long term. And from 17 to essentially 22, that became galvanized who I was going to be as a man.
Mm-hmm. So where does Black Rock Coffee go from here?
Our goal is just to keep growing, keep hiring. I mean, I would.
Have you guys taken institutional investment?
We're a public company now.
Oh, you're public.
Yes, we're public. So
When did you guys go public?
when 2021, I always get that. It's like 21, 22.
How different did that make it from, whatever many guys you had at that point, all of a similar background, ethos, mindset, and now you've got this totally different world you're having to operate in?
I mean, the soul of the organization is the same. I think there was a lot of learnings we had to learn. I mean, Evan and I had zero clue what it was to run a public company. You have an official board, and then you have folks that come in, especially on the financial side and the legal side. There's so many things that go on there that it's been a heck of a ride. I think we're ironing it out, but yeah.
I feel like there's a lot buried in there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
If you look back on it, what has been your favorite time in it? Like, when was it? I mean, I hate for you to say it was in the past, but the golden era for you. I mean, look, famously people have said there's founders and then there's operators. There's guys that are the visionaries who get something off the ground. Then there's the guys that make sure the trains run on time.
Yep.
And often it's somebody different. Steve Jobs and Tim Cook, two different kinds of guys. And as you evolve in your company's timeline, you move more towards the management side of things,
right.
the keeping the trains running on time. So I don't think anybody would begrudge you if you said, well, the golden era was the first couple of years.
Yeah, I think obviously retrospectively, when you're sitting in a small garage with this huge idea on a whiteboard about just a brand you want to build and the people you want to be associated with, I think that seeing that come to fruition is also part of it. But I agree in the operator, founder role. But I think for us, it's so important that the founders are still a part of the business because that's how we keep the authenticity.
And still together.
And so, yeah, it's most founders, break up for lack of better terms, but we're still shoulder to shoulder on it, which is pretty cool.
Why has that been? How's that different than, as you point out, most founders?
I think, jealousy, envy, greed, right? And so everyone, it's like a band, right? That's always my analogy. There's the lead singer of the band, there's like the manager of the band, and then maybe the bassist. And like, to be honest, all of them are a requirement to like make the sound of what it is and to show up on the venue on time. I think oftentimes when you get extraneous people that come in that say, hey, you're the lead singer, go do the solo thing. It's like, F you. I mean, we've had the ups and downs through the years, but we've always come back that like, it's better as a band. Like my business partners make me better. And I would like to think that I help inspire them to be better at what they do. So why
If
not?
you write a book, I think that's got to be the book. It's better as a band.
Better as a band. I like that.
I'm serious.
You have to pay your royalties.
Because that's the story. Everybody breaks up. I mean, John Lennon goes out on his own at some point. And it takes a lot of effort and maybe therapy to stay together.
It's like it's a marriage. I mean, you're legally contracted to each other. So, I mean, it's what it is.
And I do know you have been for several years now, and you are tonight, doing something with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, we work with some amazing, obviously we love to support organizations and give money, but Beyond the Call is one of the organizations we work with, and our team puts together every year with the Dallas Cowboys. It's a salute for service game. Yeah. So it's their military veteran focus game, and we're bringing out 10 World War II veterans, putting them up in the Black Rifle Suite. We're going to take them down to the field tonight. So it's those feel good moments, man. And like some of them, there's a gentleman that turned 100 tonight, and they're still full of piss and vinegar. I swear, they're out there like, you got any whiskey in here? I'm like, I want to be everything you are. You are so cool.
I know you're doing stuff with Born Primitive, Montana Knife Company. I got an awesome box back there.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
All of you guys, it's incredible. What you guys are doing to Salute for Service, which you'll see on the Fox News channel, on the Will Cain Show, perhaps as well, Fox and Friends. And no, I appreciate everything you're doing. I think your story's amazing, Matt. And
thank you.
Glad you're in Dallas and came in and hung out with us today.
Yeah, I appreciate having me on the show.
All right, check them out at Black Rifle Coffee Company. Before we go, Dan, did you look up that Florida-Georgia catch?
And the chicken fried steak, right? I heard that.
He doesn't know. Hold on, Matt. He doesn't. He's Connecticut.
Damn, man.
Last week, we're discovered he never heard of chicken fried steak.
I never have.
You're kidding me, right?
No, I've never had it.
Is he
chicken fried steak?
Right.
I've never heard of it.
Paris.
And I'm from Santa Barbara, California, and I know that. I'm not saying something.
I'm sheltered in Connecticut.
I got an MIP in Santa Barbara, California one time. That's my memories of Santa Barbara. And then what was it? What did he not know today, Patrick? He didn't know something else.
He didn't know cookie
besides
cake.
Black Rifle. Cookie cakes. Didn't know cookie cakes.
I didn't know what a cookie
fine
cake
things
was.
In life.
All right. So did you look it up? Do you think it's a catch?
I looked
Florida,
it up.
Georgia.
That is a catch. The way he catches it in his arms like this.
Absolutely, that's
and
a
it
catch.
squeezes up into his arms. It did not hit the ground, and it comes into his body. Catch.
His arms were not that close.
Right.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Pat.
While you're at it, look at Texas Vanderbilt too. What they called a successful 2-point conversion. Guy never crossed the goal line.
He was
we
in.
got to
I
get
don't
this
know what you're
instant
talking
replay
about.
to be better.
We do.
Ridiculous.
Patrick.
Also, Will, real quick. Will Cain show today, 4:00. Speaker Johnson will be on. Pretty exciting
Oh,
stuff.
you just got to know. Okay, good.
Just so you know.
All right. Speaker
tune
Johnson
in.
on the Will Cain Show today, 4:00 Eastern Time. Try to get Stephen A. Smith today. He's in Dallas for Monday Night Football.
Come on.
He couldn't fit me into
on.
his schedule.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, that's going to do it for us today. Make sure you check out Black Rifle Coffee Company. Check out Veterans Inc. as well on Fox Nation. And we'll see you a little bit later today, 3 Central, 4 Eastern on the Will Cain Show. See you next time.